The morning sun cast long shadows across the floor as Mae stirred from sleep, her dreams still haunted by the events in the forest. The bite on her shoulder had faded to a dull ache, but the memory of the strange man, the one with the golden eyes, lingered in her mind. Who was he? And why had he warned her to stay away? She glanced at her phone and saw a message from Alara. "We need to talk. Urgent." Mae's heart sank. Alara, with her peculiar talents and cryptic warnings, had always known more than she let on. If anyone could explain what was happening, it would be her. Without hesitation, Mae grabbed her jacket and headed to Alara's cottage on the edge of town. Alara's home was a strange, old place, covered in ivy, with the smell of herbs hanging heavy in the air. Mae pushed open the door and found her friend waiting, a worried look etched on her face. "You're hurt," Alara said without greeting, her eyes scanning Mae's shoulder. Mae nodded and sat down, wincing as the bite flared with pain. "It's not just that. Something attacked me in the woods, but then, this man, he saved me. I don't know who he is, but he told me to leave. And I think, he's the one who bandaged my shoulder." Alara's face darkened, and she grabbed Mae's hand. "Mae, I need to tell you something important. The man you saw. I think I know who he is. His name is Silas. He's not human." Mae's eyes widened. "What do you mean? Not human?" Alara sighed and leaned forward, her voice low. "Silas is a vampire, cursed centuries ago to roam this town. He's trapped between life and death, feeding only on animals to survive. But he's tied to something deeper, something to do with you. I've been sensing it for a while now." Mae's pulse quickened. "What does that mean for me? Why did he help me?" Alara's expression softened. "He's bound to you, Mae. Your bloodline is part of the curse that keeps him tethered to this world. He's been watching over you for years, protecting you from the darker forces in Ravenwood. But there's more. You're the only one who can set him free." "Set him free?" Mae repeated, confusion swirling in her mind. Alara nodded. "The curse that binds him can only be broken by someone from your bloodline. But breaking that curse means ending his life. He's trapped in an eternal torment, and you, only you, have the power to give him peace." Mae stared at her, the weight of the revelation settling like a stone in her chest. Silas had saved her, protected her, and now she was faced with the impossible choice of whether to kill him to end his suffering. "Alara," Mae whispered, her voice trembling, "I can't just kill someone, even if he's a vampire." Alara squeezed her hand gently. "I'm not saying you have to decide now. There's more you need to understand. Silas is cursed, yes, but he's not evil. He's lived in this town for centuries, gathering knowledge, keeping secrets. He knows things about the town, about the people, that no one else does. And there's something else." "What?" Mae asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "He's been hiding from the sunlight," Alara explained, "but with the right spell, I can help him walk in the daylight again. If you're going to face this choice, you deserve to know the man behind the shadows. You deserve to meet him, fully." That evening, Mae found herself back in the forest, her heart racing as she waited near the edge of the trees. Alara had performed the spell, binding it to a silver charm Mae now wore around her neck. The charm would allow Silas to walk in daylight for a short time, long enough for them to speak. The sun was setting, casting the woods in a golden light, when Silas emerged from the shadows. Mae's breath caught in her throat as he stepped into the light, his golden eyes meeting hers. For the first time, Mae saw him clearly. His face was sharp, his features marked by centuries of pain and isolation. But there was a softness in his eyes, a sadness that weighed heavily on him. "You've come," he said quietly, his voice low and filled with something Mae couldn't quite place. "Why?" Mae swallowed, her fingers brushing the charm at her neck. "I needed to know." Elara told me everything. Silas looked away, his gaze distant. Then you know the truth. You know what I am. Yes, Mae whispered. And I know what I have to do. Silas's eyes flashed with something like fear, but he didn't move. I've spent centuries searching for peace, Mae. If you choose to end this, I won't stop you. But if you choose to spare me, I'll continue to protect you, for as long as I exist. Mae felt tears prick at her eyes. The weight of the decision pressed down on her, and she wasn't sure she was ready to make it. But before she could respond, Silas stepped closer. There's something you need to know, he said, his voice soft. The town, Ravenwood, has more secrets than you realize. Darker forces are stirring, and they're tied to your family's history. If you choose to keep me alive, we can fight them together. But if you choose to end it, the town may not survive what's coming. Mae stared at him, her mind racing. The choice wasn't just about Silas anymore, it was about her, about the town, and about the darkness that threatened to consume them all. To be continued.